Hello everyone and welcome to Tigers Weekly. I'm your host, Zach Bayrooney. This week we'll talk with the Pacific softball team as they prepare to dedicate the press box at Bill Simoni Field to Libby Matson. We'll also talk with members of the softball team about their upcoming Pacific Place Pink Game in an effort to raise money for the fight against breast cancer. But first, we caught up with Sean Daley of the men's volleyball team, who recently became Pacific's all-time blocks leader after recording 4 blocks in a match at BYU on March the 10th. Sean Daley, the all-time block leader in Pacific history. Sean, you set that record recently. Discuss a little bit how that feels to hold that record.
It feels really good. Darren Dilmore kind of set that a long time ago, so kind of been a goal for any middle blocker that's come through. It felt really good to do it, and hopefully I can keep pushing it and push it a little bit higher than it was before. What's the key to executing a great block from someone that's obviously been able to do that throughout his career? Serving. Good serving makes it really easy on me. Having good pin blockers makes it really easy on me. I do what the pin blockers do, so wherever they set the block is where I'm just going to put my hands over. So as long as they set it right, we're pretty much guaranteed a block. It doesn't really have to do with the middles. We're just trying to get out as quick as we can, so it doesn't really rely on us.
Since you've been at Pacific, what aspect of your game do you think has grown the most?
Probably teamwork. The team here, we don't have those star players that every other team is easy to recruit, the big-time schools. So what we rely on to win is, friendship and having fun with each other. So that's kind of what our team does to get any victories we do.
On Thursday, the Pacific softball team will host the Libby Matson tournament at Bill Simoni Field, a tournament that pays tribute to a pioneer of female athletics and a big supporter of Pacific softball. In addition to playing in a tournament named after her, the softball team will also rename the press box in her memory prior to their game with Princeton on Saturday. Also on Sunday, April 1st, the softball team will host Cal State Northridge in their first ever Pacific Place Pink Game to raise money for the fight against breast cancer. Coach Colsey, this coming weekend you're dedicating the press box to Libby Matson. Can you talk about what she meant to the Pacific softball program?
Well, ironically, Libby, as most people know, was a longtime supporter of women's athletics as well as a longtime professor here in the sports sciences department. And she meant a lot to our program in that I'll never forget the first week I was hired here in August of '92. She took me to breakfast and told me how much she supported softball, how much she enjoyed women's athletics, and gave me a check for $1,000. And she also went on to tell me a couple years later she watched us play. She hated when we bunted. She just wanted everyone to swing away. But that was her least favorite part about the game, is she just wanted people to hit. She didn't want anyone to bunt, sacrifice. She goes, let them rip. That was her philosophy. But it's a great tribute to her for bequeathing money to our program and women's athletics on her passing a few years ago for us to do, obviously, some of the great upgrades that we've been able to do here at Simoni Field, but now we get to dedicate something back to her.
Well, you must feel very grateful because not only are you dedicating the press box to Libby Matson, we talked to you earlier in the year, and the Don and Thelma Stewart family scoreboard was dedicated. You seem to have a lot of people that care about this program. Talk about how that makes you feel and how it trickles down to the players.
Well, I think the players are the ones that know it the most, that, never burn a bridge, always make connections, and if you treat people well, they're going to treat you well in return. The whole thing here with Libby and then with the Stewarts is they're good people. They're longtime supporters of not just our program, but athletics in general, as well as the University of the Pacific. And that I think they learned that, how you treat people, you never know when it's going to come back and pay you back. And obviously being local from the area over the years, we've been able to build up some connections that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise. And people know that, and they recognize the excellence in the program, and they want to be a part of it.
Megan, on April 1st, you guys are playing in an event that will raise money for breast cancer awareness. Can you talk about what it means to you to be part of that event?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's a really great opportunity that we have to not only raise an awareness and raise funds, but just to be a part of a Pacific tradition. I know that field hockey and basketball, they always have their play pink games, and everyone comes out really excited and everyone gets really involved with it. So I think that it would be a great opportunity to include softball into that category that gets to raise awareness for this really important cause, especially in a women's sport where it's near and dear to a lot of us. So I think it's a great opportunity, and we're really excited about it.
Megan, what does it mean to you to be a part of the breast cancer awareness game that's going to take place on April the 1st?
I feel like it's an honor for me and for our team to bring awareness, and I just think it's going to be a good thing, and it's going to bring our team together since it's the first time that we've done it in program history.
You excited to wear the pink uniforms?
I am. Yep, it should be a good time.
Tickets for the Pacific Plays Pink Game on April 1st are available online at PacificTigers.com. Until next time, so long everyone, and go Tigers.